How can I make sure I get responses from all of my customers? Hi, this is Eliot from Workload. In this video, we'll be building a workflow starting with a new entry in Typeform. Then we'll be translating those entries into English using the AI Wizard by Workload. Finally, we'll be importing those entries into a new spreadsheet row in Google Sheets. All right, let's build a workflow. So we're going to start here at the workload editor. We'll give our workflow a title. This is going to be Typeform entry to AI translate to sheets. And I'm going to select my trigger by clicking on the trigger box. This is going to be in Typeform. And the event is going to be new entry. Make sure you're connected to Typeform. If you have any issues connecting to the apps we use in this workflow, check out the blog in the description of this video. The form that I want this workflow to monitor is my conference survey, and I'll test this trigger. So we have a response to our survey, but as I scroll down here, I see that some of the answers are in Spanish. And I want to make sure that I get responses from all the people who came to my conference, regardless of what language they speak. I'm going to need to translate these answers. So I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to come to Tools. I'm going to select the AI Wizard by Workload. I'm going to prompt your data. The input data is going to be the answers that are in a different language. So some of our responses are just the name of the person filling out the form, or their phone number or email address. Those are going to be the same regardless of the language. But the specific answers to the form questions are what we're going to need to translate. So I'm going to find all of those answers. And then I'm going to give the prompt, please translate this into English. I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to test the action. And we have a response. So I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to add a step, which is going to be in Google Sheets. And we are going to create a spreadsheet row. Make sure I'm connected to Google. The spreadsheet that I want to update with these form responses is my form responses spreadsheet. It's going to be on sheet 1. And I'm going to map the data one column at a time. So I'm going to click the Add To button. The first few columns are just going to come from the initial trigger. So for name, I'm going to find first name, space, last name. Click the Add To button again. For email address, that's coming from step 1. We'll find that email address. Add to. Find the phone number. Also from step 1. Add to. Now our next responses are going to be the answers to the form questions that were in Spanish. So we're going to get those answers from our step 2. So for our favorite presentation at the conference, we're going to come down to step 2. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to the workload response. My favorite presentation is about the future of AI. Add to. Least favorite presentation. Again, scroll to the bottom. The one I liked the least was about thought leadership. Add to. Suggestions. From step 2, scroll to the bottom. It would be great if some of the presentations were in Spanish. Add to. Logistics. From step 2, scroll to the bottom. The conference is great, but I had trouble parking my car. And finally, topics for next year. Scroll to the bottom of step 2. automation for small businesses. So I'll click continue, and I'll test this action. And we have a success. I'll go ahead and click continue here. And I'll peek over at my form responses. And I can see those answers were imported into my spreadsheet. So it looks like our workflow was set up correctly. I can come back to the workload editor, make sure there's a green dot in the upper corner of each of my nodes. Then I can activate my workflow. Now every time I have a new entry in Typeform for that particular form, the AI wizard will translate the responses into English and then add them to a spreadsheet in Google Sheets. That's how I can use the AI wizard by Workload to translate my Typeform entries so I can add them to my spreadsheet in Google Sheets. Please join the Workload community by commenting on this video with any questions you might have or suggestions for future videos. You should also like this video and click here to subscribe to our channel, or click here to get more content from Workload about how to make your business practices flow more smoothly. And I'll see you next time.